ladies and gentlemen. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello, Julia.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, Marv. Hello and welcome to another exciting The Vobes Show. What's it called?
The Vobes Show.
The Vobes Show on, what's the date, Julia?
It's the 6th of the 6th, 2018.
The 6th of the 6th, 1966. No, it's not the 6th of the 6th, 1960. 2018. There we go, 2018. 2018! Who would have believed that we're nearly halfway through the month?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would have believed? Would you
Halfway
believe
through
it?
the year.
Oh yes, halfway through the year. Not
Yeah.
not the month. Did I say the month?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
I panicked a little bit then.
Yeah.
I was like, not ready.
No, because you're off to Spain at the end of the month.
Yep.
Yeah, so that would be a nightmare. No, I mean not being a. I mean not being going. Oh, never mind. Anyway, hopefully there are people, lovely people out there ready to enjoy another hour-long load of old nonsense from the lovely Julia and
Im
with a I, as in im. There we are. Apostrophe I-M. That's what I am. Anyway, let's see if anybody's actually out there, and we'll get some sort of feedback. There we go. Look, Linda Kane, Richard Suggett, Andrew Graham, Dave Baker, Stuart Hill, Mark Selwood, Anne Evans, Steve Pilfold, Macintosh Pam. You're about to do the old sharing of the group. Very important, which is very nice. It just makes sure that everybody comes along. I hope you're all well, ladies and gentlemen, on this wonderful Wednesday, midweek. We are midweek on a very hot, sunny day. And I hope you've had a nice sunny day. Egg fried lice. It would be nice, actually. So it's all good fun. We've got some topics and questions to put to you today. The lovely Julia is in charge of our topics and questions. We will be asking those, and we want your answers on a postcard. No, not on a postcard. We've got some nice postcards. We're just trying to think if there was any postcards that arrived when you weren't here, lovely Julia. Oh, I think my sister had one. I can't remember which one it was. No, I don't mean she had one herself.
She opened one.
Or stuck it on the board.
Yeah.
And do you know what? She had the same trouble you did, sticking it on the board. So there we go. Matthew Holdsworth says hi all. Malcolm Glazier says hi again. Emily Champion says hello everyone. How you all doing? Beautiful day, says Linda Kane. Andy Ash says, is that a basketball on your shelf? No, that's just the lovely Julia. How can you be so rude?
It's called a basket case, mate.
Yes, there you go. A basket case. So anyway, welcome once again to another exciting show. Hope it's going to be exciting. Got to be exciting because we've got the lovely purple hair on the show. Diddly-doo.
People keep saying I look blue.
I know, it's my cameras and the lights. I do apologise.
No, it's not just here.
Oh, is it?
Unless the sun is really shining on it. It looks blue.
It's got more of a blue than the purple normally.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that the wrong thing to say? Have I just insulted the lovely
No, I was just
Julia?
working out what you had said.
Yes.
No, it's fine because that's just it's true.
So
I just need to use a more pinky one.
A pinky one. Yes.
A violet rather than a purple.
That's right. I've got some pink felt tip pens out the back. I could just each strand might be a while. Anyway, we haven't got time for all of that, ladies and gentlemen. How many members in the group do we have, lovely Julia, in the Bald Explorer group?
We have.
Oh wait! We've got a fanfare. We've got a fanfare, ladies and gentlemen. How many? The lovely Julia. How many? What is it? How many members in the group, ladies and Julia?
721.
720. I need now an applause. That's what I now need. Can somebody send me an applause on a wave file, please? That would be great. That's what we need. Woo!
Yeah,
and all that kind of nonsense. Anyway, so 721. And what is our target for the end of this month, lovely Julia?
800.
800 lovely members in the group. It's quite interesting because we've got that many in the group, and they all know about the Vobes Show, and we do share it to the Vobes Show, which is to the group. But those 800 don't seem to watch the show, it's the same people. So it's a bit depressing. Can I just have 5 minutes whilst I cry? No, not 5 minutes. 5 seconds. 5 seconds is too long. Anyway, we've got. Well, it's nice to have that in the group. So anyway, so that's good. Now, lovely Julia, TLJ. I should say TLJ. Notice I got that right. I didn't say the TLJ.
No, I didn't notice it. I noticed straight away.
And actually, even Julia has been going the TLJ.
Well, you hear it so many times, you know,
Yes,
it
it
just
sticks,
falls
doesn't
out
it?
the mouth.
We had this the other day. Oh, don't show that side because it's
Don't show
got the
that side.
sender's address
You
on
could
it.
just-
Yeah, we could just... Here we are, a bit of redaction going on. That's how they do it in the Home Office.
Just in case, like.
Just in case
There you
I
go.
accidentally go like that. Oh, yeah, so there we go. That's funny. Anyway,
Very
we've got
trusting.
that. We don't know what's inside it. We do know the sender, so I thought we'll wait for the lovely Julia to open it up. I'm overusing that fanfare, aren't I? So, lovely Julia, what is inside there? I mean, you get... Oh, what's that?
It's a lovely card.
Oh, look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Have a gander at that. What does it say? It looks like it's in Latin or
It is
Old
Latin.
English.
See, I wish I'd learnt Latin.
Oh, Winchester Cathedral, it's written on the back of the card, is where that came from. How lovely. And who is it from and what does it say, lovely Julia?
To Mr. Richard Vobes, la 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 la.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
And by la 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 la, ladies and gentlemen, not that you can see me, but what she means there is the Bald Explorer. Thank you very much. And then it's got my address, which is redacted. And, oh, it's not redacted. Oh, yes, from...
From the Bonington Low Oak. Is it Low Oak?
Oh, the Bonington Low Oak. That's, yes. Now, I think that's... And then underneath, we get a bit of a giveaway.
Hang on.
Elaine...
Wait a sec.
Yeah, hang on.
You did that. You
I
didn't
did that.
do
Well, I didn't know that was in there, did I?
A fair one.
So what have we got on the back of that then, without showing the old Vobes
Well,
address?
from the Bonington Low Oak.
Yeah.
And Elaine B.
And Elaine B.
Is this lovely leaf?
Oh, look at that. That's an oak leaf.
It is.
Ah.
Being from an oak tree.
Yes, and no oaks were hurt in the process apart from that leaf. But leaf it out, will you? Leaf
That's
it out,
lovely.
mate. That's lovely. Can that
Very
go
nice.
on the board? I was going to say put it the other way round, but the address is on display.
Where's your pins gone?
Oh, my
Found
pin.
'em.
Found them. There we are. We got the pins. We're sticking it on the board. We do need a bigger board, ladies and gentlemen. We need a bigger board. That's what we need. Or a third one, maybe over in that direction. But anyway, Mark Selwood says, did they do medieval postcards in medieval times? They did, and that's why it's taken so long to get here. It's taken nearly 500 years. It's come on pack horse, on foot, on other means of transport that I can't immediately think of. They've been old rutted roads and carrier pigeon, and then the thing that really delayed it was Royal Mail. Law. Oh, Elaine Brazier says law. The Bonington Law Oak.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
that's what I thought it might be.
Emily Champion says, I know the Royal Mail lose post, but a medieval postcard just turning up. Well, you know, it must have been at the back of something for some time. That's all I can think about it. Will there be more puns in the vein, says Alec Whitlock. Oh, you know me. There'll be as many puns as come to my mind. You're looking worried.
I'm trying to think of any puns
Oh, yes.
right now.
Oh, right, okay. Have you heard of ye oldie posty cards, Mark, says Linda Kane. How lovely, says Claire Leach. Andy Joy has arrived. Hello, Andy Joy. And Mark Garner. Hello, Mark Garner. Lovely to see you as well. Steve Pilfold says, when you stand and look at the board and go through the cards, does it make you the board explorer? Whoa, I need those applause. I need that applause. Wow, wow. And I need... Do you remember going to the old football matches with those rattles that they used? No, I never did
No,
either.
but I do remember seeing them.
Yes, in the 1960s. Back in the day.
On TV.
Oh, yes, on TV. Yes, no, I know, because you weren't around then. Now, anytime anybody comes on the show, of course, we like to get them sozzled. I mean, we like to give them some refreshment. So we've lashed out today, and we bought a mug of steaming something. But not only that, we also have a bottle of something that I saw, ladies and gentlemen. It's an eyesore. Yes, we have a bottle of this, and I saw it. Now, I know we've tried this sort of thing before, but this is alcoholic. So we can't drink very much. But it's called Dandelion and Burdock by Hoopers. And it's 4% alcohol. So you might get a bit giggly on the show. And I'm just warning you, if the show does, by any chance, if we start getting giggly and you feel the slightest inclination to be merry and show mirth, please resist. We would like everybody to have a straight...
We must keep our stiff upper lips about us, you know.
Yes, those stiff upper lips. The bottom ones can quiver, but the top ones can be stiff as a board for the board explorer.
I'm trying to quiver my bottom lip while keeping this...
So,
Anywho.
now, anywho. So, be my guest.
Do you know what?
What?
As a child, I did not like dandelion and burdock.
Okay.
This actually smells nice.
Can I have a sniff?
Go on then.
Oh yes, it does smell nice. I think I've tried the non-alcoholic version. I'm hoping that the alcoholic version will just give it a slight je ne sais quoi. I don't know what that means. Je ne sais quoi.
Va-va-voom.
Va-va-voom. What is it Simon Brown likes to say? Zizz it up a bit.
Zhuzh.
Sorry. Zhuzh.
Get it right.
Zhuzh it up. Oh, I was thinking we would only try a little bit. In for a penny. In for a...
Oh no, now it smells like medicine.
Oh.
And it looks like cola.
Oh dear. So now Julia is very pedantic about cola. You do like to have the right cola. We've been into a few pubs over the years. I say over the years, we haven't even known each other less than a year.
Oh gosh, am I that annoying?
No. But you like full fat Coke, you don't like the diet stuff, and you don't like imitation stuff.
I will have imitation stuff.
No, I'm not.
It's
No,
the
not.
full fat and stuff.
It's the full fat that you like.
Yeah.
You just like to look like that big lardy girl that you are, with those triple chins and those big puffy cheeks that you have, and that big long pointed nose. Yeah.
Hooked.
Hook pointed. Now describing her absolutely. I must get these glasses sorted out, by the way, because they do distort very easily. Anyway, the point is you're very pedantic about your cola.
Yeah.
But I wonder what you're like with dandelion and burdock. So let's see what the lovely Julia is going to make of that. She got the sniff. What do you said medicine before?
Yeah, I can smell aniseed.
Chris Puller wants to know, what is burdock? I think it must be
a good question. I've wondered that.
It must be a wild flower, isn't it? It must be a burdock.
It's a plant.
It's a plant. Are you missing out on something, Claire? We should have told you, of course, you could have been drinking this at home with us. When in Rome, says Pete Bastable. Sorry, I may have overstressed the A in your name then. I really didn't.
Which name is that?
Bastable. Is it Bastable or Bast? Sorry. No, don't get... I haven't had a sip yet.
He's got the giggles.
I've got the giggles.
You've got the giggles already.
I've got the giggles already. Richard Sergis, I agree with Julia about cola. The original
Full fat.
Full fat, Mr. Grimsdale. I just want full fat. Full fat for me.
Alex Burdock says Alex Whitlock says burdock is the root of the burdock plant, so named because of its hooked seeds.
Oh, so look.
Thanks, Alex.
I thought he was going to say burdock is the... What did he say? The root of... Oh, yeah, the root of all evil.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so you've had a sip, have you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, no, neither have I.
Funny enough, I'm waiting today.
I'm giggling like a schoolgirl.
Come on.
I know.
I nearly had some then.
Oh, soggy.
Hurry
Hang on, we've got to have cheers. Cheers, big ears. So,
to your good health, everybody.
And to your good health, everybody.
Everybody.
So, I hope you like it, because I don't want my computer screen and the camera squirted as you spit it out. Right.
Yeah, let's get on with it.
All right.
A one, a two,
a 1, 2, 3, 4. Hop. Do you know, I was waiting for something. Oh, there.
I want to imitate a cat. Hacking up a hairball.
You don't like it?
No.
It's got alcohol.
I'm going
to
drink some more though.
Yeah, try a bit more. It's got alcohol in it. Now I don't drink very much alcohol as a rule, or even as a foot. I quite like that.
Good, because you can have some more.
I'm not going to drink all of this because I shall be on the floor. But I won't drink yours. No, I can see your face on the playback here, and it does look.
Ooh.
It might. The thing is, it might grow on you.
Huh. I'm just gonna. There we go. I can't see my face now.
Richard Tuggett. Oh yes, Julia's face. Yes, furry teeth. What, furry teeth? Have you got furry teeth? Oh, in there, furry teeth. Nikki Jess says how lovely, and Alan Ash. It's Alan and his brother who's just popped up. Andy says he said something. Chug.
Chug.
Does that mean chug it down?
That means swallow the lot down as quickly as you can, basically.
Apparently, according to Paul Hine, and he knows these things, dandelion and burdock is good for diarrhea.
Oh.
I don't know what that means. Do you mean it's good to get diarrhea or to stop diarrhea?
So what if you've got the opposite problem and then you drink?
Yeah, what if you've got your bowels all fouled? Bowels? Have you got fouled bowels?
Have you got fouled bowels?
I have. My bowels have failed, let alone fouled. Maybe it will. Anyway, we don't want to be talking about bowel problem. I need to take that away from there. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Julia's face there was the best facial expression on this show since Richard in the Mill on the Glasto. Yes, thanks. Thanks for that, Steve. Thanks for reminding me about my face in the mill on the Glasto trip. Why would anyone want the runs, says Paul. Exactly, that's what I say. And it tastes like flat Coke, says Elaine Brazier. Anyway, enjoy. Drink up. The world's about to end, to quote The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Let go of the nose.
Even with the nose pierced, not pierced, pressed. What do you reckon now?
Rancid.
Rancid. I'm so sorry, Hoopers.
It is not sweet enough.
Marks out of 10?
I'd feel bad marking that out of 10 because, quite frankly, I just don't like dandelion and burdock. Burdock, blah, blah, blah. It smells nice, though.
It does smell. It smells very...
I'll give it a 2 out of 10.
It's got wildflowers in it. You like wildflowers, and that's very good. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's bung a bit of music on. Here's a bit of music. And the reason we've done that is because we can. No, we've got some talking... I can feel the alcohol now venturing through my veins, which is a bit dangerous. And I've got tears of crying of joy, of laughing, dribbling down my face. So we have got some questions for you, ladies and gentlemen, today's show. We are nosy, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes, we're very nosy. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is our first question to the question mistress? Here we go.
Our favourite personal object. What is your favourite personal object?
What is your favourite personal object? We want to get this community even closer. Come closer, ladies and gentlemen. Come closer. Closer. Come closer, ladies and gentlemen. Come closer. Anyhow, moving on. Have you got a favourite thing? It's a separate object to anything on you that's actually part of you. So no rude comments there. But you may have a favourite thing. It can be anything you like, as long as it won't offend any children watching. But, you know, it might be, I don't know, watch. It might be an earring. It might be an object like this, an object of desire. What is that? Looks like a cigar.
It's a
I
brand
didn't know
new
you
Parker
smoked cigar.
pen.
Oh, a Parker pen.
Parker pen.
Where do you park your pen?
I park my pen here.
It's a purple pen, I noticed.
Yes.
So the lovely Julia likes fountain pens.
Yes.
Yes, and because look, fountain writing. I mean, fountain and that. I've got a great one which I reveal when I come down, says Emily Champion. Oh, I say, keeping it up your sleeve. All right. Mark Garner says, my camera. Ah, well, what kind of camera is it? Is it an old Bolex? Is it a Hasselblad? Is it quite easy to use? Is it an Olympus Trip? Is it something I can't now think of? One of those brownies?
Cool, we've got some good ones here. My bushcraft knife says Pete Bastable.
Ooh.
Dragonfly pendant says Jane Ainsley.
Dragonfly pendant?
Sue Blount says my camera too.
Oh, yes. Phone for Vobes
my guitar,
reporting.
I've had it for over 20 years, says Richard Suggett.
Guitar?
Another one saying camera.
Yeah.
I thought you'd have said your gimbal.
Yeah, I haven't really decided what my favourite object is. I was trying to think of that before the show, because we came up with these ideas for the show 10 minutes ago. And no, we have long discussions, don't we? We have great debates about the things that we spend hours and then we come up with the ideas about 10 minutes before the show. And so you asked me, what's my favourite object? And I was thinking, did I come up with something?
No, you didn't in the end. You waffled for a while, and then you went off on one, and then you did a funny, weird skit, and then I forgot what I asked.
What's the flappy mouth doing? Hang on, I need to have some more of this dandelion and burdock, ladies and gentlemen.
I have to try and convince Claire Leach to have a try.
Of dandelion and burdock.
Smells great.
Oh, it's lovely. Get it
Drink
down
dandelion and burdock. It's good to give you diarrhea. No,
Diarrhea.
to prevent you from having diarrhea. No.
We don't know, do we? We don't know whether it prevents it or helps it. Yeah, well, he just said it was good for it. Mark Taylor has joined. Mark Selwood says, my signed Kate Bush album. 2014. That's an interesting one. On another show, we'll talk about LPs, your favourite LP. We're not doing LPs now at the moment, thank you.
So I'm feeling the alcohol now. It's hit the...
It's hit the ding-dong.
Ding.
Does Chateau Neuf de Pape count? What is Chateau Neuf de Pape? Is that a place in France? I'm going to take you to the lovely Chateau Neuf de Pape. It's a very nice little... Sorry, I always sit the lovely Julia on my side that I have the dodgy eye, so I can't actually see her.
It's either prod the rib or breathe heavily or just cough.
Cough. Or clear your throat, yes. Yeah, that works because it deafens the old earlobes. Claire Leach says her music collection. You could spend as much as 10 minutes planning. Yes, you spend as... I know, planning. 10 minutes. It's amazing. Mark Selwood says it was a programme from her London concert in 2014. Who's he talking about again?
Kate Bush.
Oh, yes, Kate Bush. Oh, Kate Bush, didn't she do the Wuthering Heights? Heathcliff! Oh, Heathcliff! Oh, Wuthering!
Where's the off button?
She did all that.
Please, do not kill
what was
one of the best songs ever.
How did it go?
Objectively.
Give me a part of it. Give me...
No, I'm not going to try and sing.
I'm trying to think... No,
Kate
but
Bush.
what's the lyrics? Something where she goes on and on. She's on the end of the cliff edge. And she's going, like, what I do? I just wanted to sing it. No, I won't. Don't give me alcohol on the show. I've told you before. Why did you buy it?
What?
Yes. Why did you buy it?
I wouldn't have bought Dandelion and Burdock.
No, Peter Vines says was there at Hammersmith on the opening night. Oh, he was there at the Hammersmith on the opening night, which is very nice. My Matchbox collection, says Frank Carver. My phone buzzed then. Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because, oh God, I wish I never mentioned Kate Bush. Yes, so do I.
Yeah, it's that. What's that refrain in that one? Wanna be, or something. How does it go? I can't remember.
I don't, all the actual lyrics have gone out my head because of your whining. Like Andy Ash says, I liked Kate Bush.
I've ruined Heathcliff! All right, I'm stopping.
Oh dear,
I shouldn't have had that alcohol on an empty stomach. Anyway, so the Bell Toot, says Steve Pilfold. Bell Toot, is that you mean the lighthouse? You like the lighthouse, the Bell Toot? What's Bell Toot? You're talking about the lighthouse.
French.
Oh, mocking Kate. Heresy, says Pete. I'm so sorry. I wasn't mocking Kate Bush. I was mocking George Bush. George W. That was how George W. used to sing it, actually.
I just bopped myself on the nose,
Why?
wagging my finger at you.
How?
I was like, bop, bop, bop. What?
Bop, 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 bop.
Stupid alcohol.
Stupid alcohol. Whose idea was that? Anyway, so not telling the lyrics. Oh, please tell me the lyrics. I'm trying to remember them. Wuthering Heights. It's me, Kathy. Kathy, I've come home. It's me, Kathy.
Oh, no.
Wuthering. Kathy, come home. I'm so sorry, ladies. I do apologise to the internet.
Mark,
you don't...
Mark, keep stum, please. You're in the corner with the dunce cap in a minute.
I must apologise to the whole of the internet. You'll see some very strange things on the internet. You've not met the Vobes. Especially the Vobes with alcohol in him. He turns into a gibbering wreck. 2 mouthfuls of B and D and his anybody. Well, not strictly anybody's, but maybe just a fool. Maybe a fool. Wuthering Heights is one of my favourite songs. I thought Kate Bush...
Yes. Well done.
Yeah, I thought she was making a comeback. Didn't she do a bit of a comeback with a new
Wasn't that
album?
in 2014?
Oh, I don't know. It was some time ago.
I don't actually know.
He's getting rather carried away, mocking. Yes, I'm so sorry. Let's move on from that. What's the other personal, interesting objects that people do have that own?
Asterix collection
Ooh.
from Alex Whitlock.
Oh,
I
yes.
was reminded by Ricardo's cacophonics. Well done.
Ricardo's cacophonics.
Yeah, I loved Asterix as well. I used to get the Fun Day Times out of my dad's Sunday Times every Sunday, just to read the Asterix thingy. And then I used to do all the competitions. I used to take part in all the competitions, and I actually won once. I won a load of Kinder Egg stuff and some of the hardback graphic novels of Asterix. It was awesome. Yeah, thanks for that remembering, Alex.
Yeah, there we go. Asterix. I didn't. There was a big bloke, wasn't there? There was a big fat geezer and a tiny little geezer.
Yes.
I don't remember. And they had little wings on their heads, didn't they?
Yeah. Like.
Do you remember what their names
Gaulish.
were?
Yes, Asterix and Obelix.
And Obelix.
And then the dog, Dogmatics.
Oh, Dogmatics.
Yes.
Oh, I like that. Dogmatics.
And wasn't the wizard, the druid guy was called Getafix, I think, because he used to make the big potion to make his village all strong.
Oh.
But Obelix fell into the potion when he was a kid.
Oh, and that's
so he never needs to take it again.
Oh, right. Okay, it's very clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there we go. I remember Rupert Bear, the album. No, not the song. Rupert the Bear. Everyone knows his name. And it goes on like that. But I remember getting the Rupert Bear album. You know those old albums that you used to get in the 1950s? Well, I wasn't born in the 50s, thank you, but my mum used to shop from the second-hand shop. And I used to get it would be your birthday, and it would be January the 1st. Not that my birthday's on January 1st, not quite sure where that came from. She said, here we are, there's a fresh new album for you. And I go, whoa, lovely. And there were people with Rolling Stones albums, and there were people with other names of albums like Motorhead and things like that. And I had Rupert Bear album, and I went to school as a 16-year-old showing my Rupert Bear. And no wonder I was beaten up a lot, bullied. Yes.
Paul Hines says his stuffed Hartley hair.
Oh yes, Hartley hair.
You've got a rabbit, a soft toy rabbit with my
yeah,
married
Hartley
name.
hair. That was from Don't Tell Me. Hartley hair comes from that children's television program called the Don't Tell Me. What is it again? It's not Pelham 1 2 3. That was a film. Oh, Hartley hair comes from that kids' TV series. Remind me what somebody help me out of my misery.
Anybody?
Pinky and Perky.
Yes.
We got onto children's television now. Pinky and Perky. Pippins. Yes, I'm sorry.
Pipkins, it says.
Oh yes, Pipkins. There we are. My dad has Rupert the Bear annuals from the 1950s. There you go. There. High five. Super duper Nigel Cooper.
I didn't get a high five for my Asterix.
Oh.
Hey, that's better.
That's better. Pipkins. There we go. Mr. Pipkin. They're drinking all our bottles, Mr. Pipkin. Oh.
Is there a volume?
No, that was Grimsdale. So sorry. My nearest and dearest gave me Rupert the Bear album last Christmas and a calendar. Don't know why, but she must have been having some of that brandy and Durdock because it's gone straight to my noggin.
It sure has.
Yes.
It?
Evening, says Julie Ann Kench. Nice to see you there, Julie Ann Kench. Pipkins was awesome. Pig was my fave. Tales of the Riverbank. Oh, now we're going down memory lane with children's television. Who can sing the theme tune of Tales of the Riverbank?
Not me.
Da da dum da da dum da da dum 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 da dum 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 da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da da dum da da dee da da dum da da dum da da dum 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 da dum 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 dum. Almost there, aren't you? Da 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 dum. GP was in his boat, and Hammy Hamster's adventures on the river, Tales from the Riverbank. They were lovely. They'll all remember. You're wearing a distinct lack of purple, Lola.
I've not only changed. Oh no, I've not changed gender, but I've changed species. Apparently, I don't know. My friend appears, and I'm suddenly a dog. Okay. Well, I've got to admit, I could be a more ugly dog, couldn't I?
Well, you could. Lola's a very attractive, a lovely.
Yes, you could have. Yeah,
she's a very cute dog. That's a sort of backhanded compliment.
Purple, though, I am wearing some purple.
Yes,
and my My skirt, there's purple on my skirt. I promise I'm wearing purple,
Yes,
darling.
promise she's wearing a skirt.
And hello.
Hello. Sorry about that. I had a slight moment of absolute... You mustn't let me drink anymore.
No.
Perfect interpretation. There we go. Thank you very much. That's it. If you want any other children's or television programmes sung to you, I am the master of it from the 60s and 70s. Pick a thing... And I will sing them to you. Harriet and I used to play this game, and she would say, "Sing the theme tune too," and I would manage to do it. Only because I used to love. I didn't listen to pop music when I was a kid. I just played time and time again theme tunes. There are a few which are awkward to sing and to get going on, but if you have any ones, no, I'm not gone. I'm still here. Dye Lola's ears purple and call her Julia. Well, I may well do that. I think Harriet would be a little bit upset.
Mark Taylor just mentioned Woof, the TV show. If you're talking about the one with the little
dog,
grey dog,
yes,
that changed.
Yes,
no, it was a boy that changed into a dog, wasn't
That's
it?
right. Yes.
Yeah. I named my first rabbit after him.
Yeah, Woof
Benji.
Pugwash. Oh yes, Pugwash, Captain Pugwash. Now you're asking. Children's television, me and my big mouse. You're not picking the right ones. You've got to pick the right ones. Pugwash. That was sort of diddle bum bum, but it wasn't quite that, was
Clangers.
it? Oh, the Clangers. Well, you see, that's a difficult one because they're all on. That's the Swanee whistle going.
I can't even remember how the modern one goes.
And it's a real dream, like watching a live
The Magic
park.
Roundabout.
Oh, the Magic Roundabout. That's easy enough. It goes on like that, like some awful dirge. I can't believe we're sitting here, intelligent people as we are.
Right. Anyway, so the next question we have.
Rent-A-Ghost. Oh, Rent-A-Ghost. Never watched Rent-A-Ghost. I didn't like Rent-A-Ghost, so I don't know the tune on that one. Banana Man. Oh yes. What was his name? This is Eric, wasn't it? Eric
something.
Yeah. Eric at 42 Acacia Avenue, and every now and again he turns into Banana Man. Something like rhubarb. Oh, rhubarb and custards. Down, down, Sorry, I need to calm down.
So can I move on to the next question?
Yes.
Excellent.
That's it now. Thank you very much. Could have been adult programmes, grown-up programmes, rather.
I don't know how it descended that way. I really don't.
Swanee.
But we just were curious about what's your go-to quick meal when you're running late.
Yes, sorry, yes. Yes, here we go. Say that again.
Your go-to quick meal when you're running late.
Yes, what is when you're running late, as the lovely Julia just said, I'm just reiterating it, trying to get my head back into the groove. What is the question? Oh yes, what is the go-to meal? If you're in a rush and you're in a panic and you don't know what you're going to do and people are coming round or you've got to go out and you've got to do something quick, what is your go-to meal? Where do you go to? No, not where do you go to, that you're going to cook, a cooking meal. A meal.
Well, mine's spag bowl.
Spag bowl?
Which was yesterday. Did you say spag bowl?
That's what I thought you said.
I said spag bowl.
Oh, bowl.
B-O-L. It's short for bolognese.
Oh, yes. Oh, I always used to
weirdly, but...
call it spag bog.
Yes, I'm getting a taxi home. Jane.
You're going to need it. Yeah, what's that? Linda Kane says Zapag. Nol. Zapagnol. Oh, Zapagnol.
Oh, she said spag even.
Oh, did she? Scrambled egg on toast. Oh, scrambled egg on toast. Yes,
Simples.
That's a very good one.
Simples, easy.
You've just hit 50 views. Yeah, there we are. Get him drunk, and they all watch in. Talk seriously.
Again.
Yeah, it's dropped now. Tin of tuna. Oh,
chicken curry.
And look, tin of tuna with plain yoghurt.
Oh, that's
tuna
interesting.
and yoghurt.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that one.
No, surely not tuna and yoghurt. What? Yoghurt's a sweet, isn't it? You have that after.
Can be teamed with sliced cucumber, apparently.
Do
you know what I like to do with cucumber, actually?
Yeah.
Slice it in half, hollow it out, put in tuna mayo.
Slice it in half. Hang on, I've got to get my head round. So you've got a long...
Yeah, I've got a length of it. Cut the ends off, slice it in half.
What? Which
and then
way?
Slice it in half again. Both ways.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then I'll hollow it out, and then I'll fill it with tuna mayo.
Oh, I see.
Like, and whatever else, or whatever else.
So it's not a tube? You're not
well,
hollowing...
No. Yeah, but you can put the lid back on.
Oh, you can put the lid... Oh, I see.
And then,
what do you do with the middle bit then?
Well,
Do you eat
that
that bit?
separately.
Yeah, because that's the best bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Won't argue with that.
Oh, there we go. Finally, we have something in common.
Sugar sandwich.
What? Sugar sandwich? Not sure that's a good idea.
Is he taking the mick out of me?
I think it might be. A ready meal from the freezer. Oh, that's a good idea. I live 2 minutes away from most types of takeaway. Oh, Mark Taylor, don't go down the takeaway. This is something that you've got to make yourself. Something that you go to, you know, that you go take like beans on toast. Scrambled egg was good. Not strawberry yoghurt, Richard, says Linda Kane. I was thinking tuna and strawberry yoghurt would be...
Yeah, and Steve Pilfold says tuna and natural yoghurt isn't a million miles from tuna mayo or tuna with soft cheese like Philadelphia.
Oh, well,
fair one.
Yeah, I've learnt something there, ladies and gentlemen. Not much, but I've learnt it. Thank you.
Omelette is a good one, isn't it? Because you can put all sorts of different bits in it, like ham,
oh yeah, omelettes.
Or bits of bacon or whatever.
All your spare stuff in the fridge. Elizabeth Brazier says bread and dripping. That's kind of a northern
thing,
thing, isn't it?
For a long time.
Aye. Are you from up north, love? Are you? With your bread and dripping, are you? Aye.
Condensed milk sandwich.
What?
Wait.
Condensed milk?
Yeah.
Who said that?
Elaine Brazier.
Elaine Brazier.
I'm confuddled.
I'm getting slightly worried with your bread and dripping and your condensed milk sandwich.
Richard Suggett's getting hungry now.
Oh.
Toasted sarnie, says Paul Couchman.
From Mrs. Beaton's book. Oh, yes. How did Mrs. Beaton toast her sandwich? Oh, she was probably on the range, I suppose. When I say the range, I'm not talking about a rifle range. Thank you. That would be interesting. Jeff Jacobs. Hello, Jeff Jacobs. Not seen your name pop up before, so you're very welcome, by the way. Nice to see you there. What does he say? I love a sugar sandwich. This is a thing this must be a thing. A sugar, really? So tell me, what do you do with a sugar? Are you getting 2 bits of bread, a couple of spoonfuls of sugar, and I suppose effectively that's what you do with jam, isn't it? It's just flavoured sugar in a way.
Essentially.
Couscous. Couscous. What? Couscous? You're hungry?
Yeah, as a snack.
Oh,
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Eggy bread. Oh, eggy bread. I haven't had eggy bread for a long
That's
time. Oh, no, I'm going to have that in the morning. Dan Thompson says, oi, y'all, which is nice. That's right, says Paul Couchman, on the range. Oh, right, okay. Strawberries on toast. Oh, yes, that's good. This is going well. My nan gave us condensed milk sandwich. So are you telling me you got 2 bits of bread?
Apparently it's a West Indian delicacy.
And you get a tin of condensed milk and you pour it onto the bread so it all dribbles off and...
Yeah, I'm confused by it as well. I've never heard of it until now, but obviously we're the ones that have been under a rock.
Yes, we've both been on... Bread, butter, sugar,
Blinking
done.
rock!
Get that rock off! All right, thanks, Rocky. No problem.
Fried spam sandwich. Oh, yes, I used to have fried spam. Did you ever try fried spam?
I've never had fried spam.
Spam, spam, spam. Do you want some spam? There's spam and spam, eggs, beans, spam and chips, beans, spam, spam and more spam on the spam and spam.
Words to that effect. Curry paste, not sauce, and sauerkraut. Sauerkraut. Sorry, I've gone deaf now. What was
me too.
Oh wait, no wait, wait. No, okay, you can't wait. What was Shipham's paste? Do you remember Shipham's paste? They used to have headquarters in Chichester. Shipham's paste. And do you know how they used to get them to you? They'd ship them. I'd better have some more of this. Sometimes maple syrup. I love fried spam.
Okay, well...
Mark Selwood's rapidly losing his teeth. I'm not surprised with all that sugar sandwiches.
I'm rapidly losing my hearing.
Yes, I'm so soggy. Anyway, it's 20 to the hour, wherever you happen to be, whichever hour you're happening to be watching it on. So...
What was your first car?
What was your first car? For those of you who've driven, or drive, or even as a child, you could say, your first car. First car...
I'll be very surprised if anyone's heard of my first car. But what was yours?
My family had the same car, which became my first car, but it wasn't the same car.
Oh.
So in other words, we had this car. My dad had it. Then he changed and blah blah blah. That was the first car I remember. And then later on, when I first got to drive, I bought a similar car, similar make, different colour.
Oh. And it was.
Oh, yes. And what was it? Oh, yes, sorry, I didn't tell you. didn't get all of that. It was a Morris Traveller. A Morris 1000 Traveller. The one with the wood on it. And I can tell you the number plate of our very first one, NRX 541. I remember that vividly. There we go.
So we have a clapped out Mini from Andy Ash.
Oh yeah.
A Skoda from Andy Joy. Don't worry about hanging your head. You haven't heard mine yet. Some more food. Ford Anglia 100E.
Who said that?
Jane Ainsley.
Oh, okay.
Pam Earnshaw said she had a Metro.
Austin A 35 van with windows. Don't they normally have... Oh, a van, yes, of course. Anne said that. That's very old.
Another clapped out Mini.
Yeah, Peugeot 50 scooter, no car.
Vauxhall Chevette.
Oh, lovely. Look at all of these.
Fiesta.
Mini Clubman white one, says Alan Piddington, from another guy at £60 in the army. Ford Falcon XL. Is that extra large?
That's what XL usually means, but I have no idea. What are you reading?
Look at them. They're coming in thick and fast.
They are.
Come on, read them out.
Another Mini from Paul Watts.
Yes. Keep going. I always had chicken paste sandwiches on school trips. We've done the food thing.
Elaine Brazier says Ford Anglia. Did you say that? Oh, because Phil also said Ford Anglia Estate.
Right.
Alan Piddington had a Mini Clubman Estate.
Yeah, done that one.
And I had a Citroen LNA.
What's an LNA?
What's the model? Well, no idea what it meant.
LNA. Does anyone know what a
Lego?
Lego?
Well, he looked like a Lego car. It's like really straight and like, I don't know,
boxy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was white too.
White. And that was your first car to drive?
Yep.
How much? Where did you get it from?
My mum bought it off someone, I don't know who.
A friend of a friend.
Remember.
Got it from a dodgy on the back of a lorry, you know what I mean?
I only liked it for it being a tank, though. If I,
What was it, diesel or petrol?
It was petrol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dan Thompson says a Chevy Vega. Or Vega.
Chevy.
Oh, Chevy, beg your pardon. Chevy. Mark Selwood says, no interest in cars. I just bung parking tickets on them. Oh, bless you. Ford Fiesta, says Malcolm Glazier. Did you do it on purpose, Richard? Obviously not to me. The other Richard, I'm guessing. Missed that. Steve Pilford says, Pilfold, says, my mica has just disappeared in somewhere. My mica stuck in first gear and I had to drive it from Southover Street to Five Ways in Brighton. Gosh. I had a Vauxhall Viva as well. I changed the steering column. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, go on.
Emily says, I was pulled over by the police for wheel spinning at traffic lights. And that's when Richard Suggett said, me too, Emily. But yeah. Has anyone else been pulled over for any?
Yeah,
wheel spinning?
I know, I've got a story.
Okay, let you tell me.
I've got a little story.
Oh, no.
So I had a Vauxhall Viva, an orange Vauxhall Viva, funny old, heavy little tank of a car. And one day the steering, what do you call it? A steering rack. The steering rack.
Column?
No, rack.
Rack, okay.
The thing that has it's got teeth that make the wheels do this. Yep. So you turn the wheel like this and the steering rack makes the wheels do that, you see.
Yep.
Anyway, a couple of the teeth on the steering rack chipped off.
Oh.
So as I steered, ladies and gentlemen, on the car, you would go like this and then there would be nothing. It would freewheel for almost a turn and a half. And then it would lock back in, which made steering a car around a corner very interesting because you'd be going... And, of course, it was manual steering. It wasn't any of this, power assisted. So you would turn like this, you'd be turning a car, and then it would go very loose, and then it would click back in again. And I stopped the car. I got the AA out, the Automobile Association, not Alcoholics Anonymous, and I've got the AA out, and the bloke came over and he said, oh, yes, I'm sorry, you'll have to take you back. I said, well, I've only got basic roadside. Can you do it? He said, no, I can't do it. You need relay to come back. And I said, well, I haven't got relay. He said, well, you're stuffed then, aren't you? I said, well, I can drive it. He said, I wouldn't drive this. He said, but it's your decision. So I said, all right, well, I'm going to try risk it. I was in Dorking at the time. That's not a position, by the way. That's a town. And I decided to drive it back. And he got me to sign a disclaimer to say we've attended, we've advised you that you shouldn't, but if anything happens, sign this so that we can't get the blame. Anyway, I did drive this back, and you're going around these corners, and you're going. It was quite hairy, not physically hairy, as in like hairy, but risky. Anyway, I managed to get back. I just thought I'd share that story with you.
Jeff Jacobs says his first car was a Mini Cooper. It said Morris on the front and Austin on the back. Cut and shunt.
Oh, very nice.
That doesn't sound too safe.
Richard Suggett says, I was worse when I upgraded to a Civic and really pimped that car out. It went like shoo. And I've lost the rest of it.
Zipped away.
It zipped away. Happened twice on Mill Hill, Brighton. Same AA man came out on both occasions, says Linda Kay. Not the bloke from my story, surely. Emily Champion says, one more than that occasion. It's gone again. People are typing so fast. Thank you so much. It's so funny. Andy Joy says, I got pulled over for accelerating to 70 miles an hour on too fast on a dual carriageway from a standing still. Gosh, that's interesting. Dave Baker says, my girlfriend drives me around. Well, that's probably hair-raising enough. Don't upset the girlfriend or any women drivers.
Don't upset anybody.
Don't upset anybody.
No upsetting anybody tonight.
I'm trying not to upset anybody tonight. I upset somebody yesterday and I have apologised humbly to that person. They know who they are. I needn't say anything. Alan Pillington says, you was dogging at the time. I don't know what you mean by that. Taking a dog for a walk, possibly? Emily Champion says, the first time I drove alone, a great big Dulux dog ran into the road. I stopped and it jumped into my car window.
Whoa, that was surprising, I bet.
Gosh, that is very bizarre. Steve Pilfolk, there you are, made my little story a bit lame. Oh, hang on. Windows is
updating.
Yes, updating. Restart now. Remind me later. Yes, remind me later. Sorry, Windows just suddenly said it wants to upgrade. We're in the middle of a broadcast, love. My Polo had brake failure going down from Friston to Exeat after a badger perforated the brake line when it met its end. Oh, poor badger.
Ooh.
Oh, now we're very... I need bum, 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 bum. Bom, 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 bom.
The funeral dirge.
But yeah, for the
Not
badger.
to be confused with the death march.
How does that go?
Like,
I thought that was...
bum, 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 ba-dum, bum.
From
they kind of merged together in
Star
my head.
Okay, so John Cooper and his garage in Ferring, not quite sure why. The cops pulled me over in Findon Valley for having a light out. They are hot in Worthing. Those lights, they're very hot. Yes. So, let's move on then. We've found out your favourite car. I mean, your first car and all of your incidents with your car. We have reported those to the police. They are watching with very much interest. I got once pulled over for having an offensive mother-in-law in the passenger seat, says Bob Crozier. Oh, yeah.
Hi, Bob.
I'm sure we've all had that. Badgers are car killers. Yes, I bet they are. A Rolls Royce
cars
hit our...
are badger killers too.
That's true. A Rolls Royce hit our dog. Elaine Brazier. I suppose if the dog has got to be hit by some car, the Rolls Royce, though. Nice one. So let's move on to our next thing.
Yeah.
What is it, lovely Julia?
Claim to fame.
Claim to fame.
Who famous? Which famous persons have you met?
Yes. Have you met any famous people, and who are they, and what was the occasion? Tell us. We must know. We really must.
Yes.
Could I have a bit more of your dandelion and burdock?
Please
I
do.
don't feel I've had quite my fair share.
Yes. Well,
Have some. It's
I've
nice.
got a little bit of a story on that one.
Oh yeah.
And that was I've met Lord Montague.
Lord
the
Montague.
late Lord Montague.
Oh yeah. Tell us about Lord Montague. Lord Montague is that dude from somewhere in the Toffland.
Yeah, well he started the Bewley Motor Museum, didn't
Oh
he?
yeah, Bewley. That's right. I knew the name, Lord Montague.
Yeah.
In Worthing, we've got Montague Street.
Yeah, and actually because of him, was it
I don't know.
no,
I don't know what you're gonna ask.
arresting people for being gay became decriminalised, or gayness became decriminalised because of
Lord Montague.
Yeah.
Was he gay?
no, bisexual, but that's
Oh.
by the by.
That's by the bisexual.
By the by.
That's by the bisexual.
By the by,
Didn't
the
know you could buy
bisexual.
bisexual.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you've met
Brain.
Lord Montague.
Yes, I
tell
met
us
him.
Tell us the circumstances of
I
Lord
think-
Montague.
I actually think I've told this story on the Bold Explorer Live, actually.
Oh, yeah. Well, you've
But-
told me in the past, so
Yeah.
I'd like you to tell everybody else before... just hold your stories. Jon Snow in Leicester, Richard II, reburied. Tell us your story about Lord Montague.
Okay, well, the guests for my wedding were late because they were held up because the coach broke down. So I was there having a break, a fresh air break, in the drizzle, and this lovely pea green car comes.
An old-fashioned pea
An
green.
old-fashioned, an 80-year-old at the time pea green car comes pootling up and stops in front of me, and this lovely gentleman in very much country outdoor wear stepped out and said, what could be the problem here? What's wrong here? I'm there in my bridal regalia.
All in white.
Yep. Yeah. I wanted it to be purple, but anyways.
Purple bride.
Yeah, my mum went with me on the buying the wedding dress, so it ended up being white. Anywho, so yeah, and of course he said, well, while you're waiting, would you like to go for a little pootle round the estate in this lovely little car? And he told me more about the car, but I can't remember much about it because it was my wedding day.
Yes. So on your wedding day, the coach is held up. You go out with Lord Montague in his little
With my cousin.
pea green boat
Car.
around his estate.
Yep.
Gosh.
I'm there waving.
And you're waving
Like
at everyone. How much in your wedding dress? I think that's
Yeah.
amazing.
It was cool. And the stupid thing is, I had no idea who he actually was. I just didn't think for a second that the lord of the manor would
Yes.
actually be sitting there
Just
in
a
his pea green
chauffeur.
car saying, "Do you want to ride around the car?" In the car. Just didn't think it would happen, but it did. And it was him.
Wow. Well, I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Mark Selwood says he's met Princess Diana only last week, apparently.
Yeah.
Timothy Wareham says he saw Barry Manilow in a music store. Richard O'Brien from the Crystal Maze was Dave Baker. Claire Leach is David Suchet. Russell Brand. I'm sorry about meeting Russell Brand. Nigel Sadler says the penultimate man to walk on the moon. Oh, yeah. Kevin Hall says, I was hitchhiking and I was picked up by Ted Dexter, the ex-England cricket captain. Wow. Andy Joy has met Benny Hill when I was a kid. He lived in Worthing and he was a really nice bloke. Well, did he live in Worthing? Sorry, I didn't mean to say that with a high-pitched voice. Did he live in Worthing? Mark English says he works in the theatre, so he's met many famous folk. Madonna, Bowie, Kevin Spacey. I think...
Douglas Adams, did you say that one?
No, who said that?
Nigel Sadler.
Oh, Nigel Sadler met Douglas Adams, so that's nice. And a few as well. I'll stop showing off. Thank you, Mark, for showing off with all your famous people. That's lovely. I better keep quiet or will irritate everybody with repeated messages. Wait, who have you met, Sue Blout? I missed yours. Sorry.
Blount.
Oh, yes, that's the one.
There's a nut in there.
Oh, there's a nut.
There's a nut in there, isn't there?
Who else have we missed? The Queen Mother, says Jeff Jacobs. Oh, lovely. The Queen Mother. I saw the Queen on telly once, says Timothy Wareham. Well, of course, I've met the Queen. I've shaken hands with the Queen, ladies and gentlemen. I've mentioned this in the past. I'll mention it very briefly, just to kill a bit of time. She came, I think it was either Dorking or Leatherhead, I can't remember which, and they were opening a shopping centre, and the Queen was coming down to open this shopping centre, and they had bussed in a whole load of school kids to wave flags on a weekday, primary school kids, so that when she came down there was all these flags. They also booked a couple of entertainers to entertain the children whilst we were waiting for the Queen to come along. And I was one of them, and because I live in Worthing and Dorking or Leatherhead, whichever one it was, is only about an hour away, I went in costume, and the costume I was wearing was like an overgrown schoolboy. So I had the old-fashioned blue blazer, stripy tie, hat, shorts, big yellow socks, clunky shoes, and a suitcase.
And I used to do it like that. Hello, everybody. Hello, you all right? Nice to see you. Yeah.
And we were entertaining the children.
Go on, hurry.
No, say.
Emily Champion says, I've been kissed on the hand by Jason Donovan. Lush! That's cool. I don't know why that's like. Well, yeah, that is Lush because I like Jason Donovan in particular because I saw him in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat in the London Palladium when I was 11 for my 11th birthday. But anyway, so that's cool.
So going back to my interesting story.
Hurry up.
I will hurry up.
Just hurry up.
So I was entertaining as a child, as I was entertaining the children as this overgrown schoolboy, mucking about, and I said to the kids as they were behind the barriers and the entourage was coming with the Queen, head of state, and all that, and I said, when the Queen comes, you've got to wave your flag. All right, wave your flag, everybody. All right. And I was busy doing this. Everybody else had been cleared out of this area except for me. And suddenly the entourage was there, and a couple of the officials stood in a line, and I didn't know where to position myself. So I just put myself on the end of the line, like that, standing to attention. And then the Queen came round and was shaking the hands of all these dignitaries of the Dorking or Leatherhead, wherever it was, the shopping centre, going, oh, yes, my husband and I, blah, blah, blah. Oh, so nice, my husband and I, blah, blah, blah. My husband and I, blah, blah, blah. And then she came to me, I was the last in the line, and she looked at me and she said, oh... She said, and why are you dressed up as a schoolboy? She said. And I said, in character, I didn't drop it. I went, well, Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, Majesty thing. The thing is, I'm getting all the kids to wave the flag when you come by. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. And she looked, she went, oh, how they nice. She just shook my hand like that and went off. And it was hilarious. Anyway, that was my claim to shaking the Queen's hand. She didn't invite me back for tea, funnily enough. I thought she might have done. She might have said, I say, come back to tea with me, little boy.
All right then, Your Majesty. I'll come back. Do you need a push?
But that didn't happen. That bit.
Bob Crozier says he met Glenn Leinster once.
Who?
That's what I thought you might say.
Glenn what?
Glenn Leinster.
Who's Glenn Leinster when he's at home?
He's the lead singer.
Of
a band that from the 80s that was called The Vaults. If anyone's heard of that.
If anyone's heard of the Vaults,
The
put
Vaults.
240 of them through your thing. Let your hair stand on end. I've never heard of them.
Incidentally,
yes,
he was the chief teapot, the chief teapot of the Teapot Junkies, who I formerly roadied for and did like backing vocals for.
Oh, well, that's good.
Wanted to be part of the band, but never actually made it because it fell apart before then.
I very nearly met Norman Wisdom.
Ooh.
I was entertaining at some event, doesn't really matter, and Norman Wisdom was brought in, and he was going around, and I wanted to go up to him and go, hey, Norman, hey, they're breaking all our bottles. No, don't do that. No, stop it.
Gee whiz.
I'm so sorry. And I was about as close as I am to the camera, which is almost at the end. But he was so busy talking to other people. I was like, hey, Norm, hello, oi, mate. Don't laugh at me, because I am a fool. Took no notice of me. So I didn't quite. But I had written to him. I've got a letter from Norman Wisdom. I wrote to him when I was about 20. Dear Norman Wisdom, I want to be famous like you. I want to do what you do, I said. And he wrote back to me and he just said, keep performing wherever you can. Doesn't matter if it's for charity or for nothing. Just keep performing. And if you're any good, someone will discover you. Clearly, 30 years later, nobody has discovered me. So it obviously means I'm not any good.
Jonathan Belusic said he's had a kiss from Jet from Gladiators.
Oh,
nice.
Jet from Gladiators. Yes.
36,
24, 372.
You are funny.
Yeah, I am.
In the heat.
Mark Taylor says, I've interviewed Warwick Davis. He has, that's
yes,
true.
Yes, that's true. Yes,
I heard a bit of that interview. It was very good.
So cool.
Emily Champion says, I met John Otway when we recorded a single at Abbey Road Studios.
Very nice.
Very nice. A friend of mine, Dave, has interviewed John Otway, I think, but I don't remember it. Dan Thompson says, poor TLJ. Not quite sure why.
In my ears, probably.
Oh, your ears. Alex Whitlock says, Dave Brock of Hawkwind, Dave Allen and Gong and Pothead Pixie fame shared din-dins with Norman Wisdom at a bike do on the Isle of Wight. Oh, on the Isle of Man. TT. Oh, well, there you go.
Jonathan Belusic again says, and I've seen Simon Cowell through a window, but not in a creepy stalkerish way. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Simon Cowell through a
Got your
smoked
number.
window is probably the best way to see him, to be honest with you. Very smoked.
Andy Joyce says, we have discovered you, Richard, so that can't be that bad.
Probably misguided, I'm afraid. Norman Wisdom lived in West Chiltington. That's very true, actually. I would love to have. I would love to. He did go a bit bonkers towards the end, poor chap. Dementia and stuff. It was very sad, actually, because I remember watching a documentary about Norman Wisdom, and they were showing him his films, and he said, "I quite enjoy that little man." He said, "Do you know who that is?" And he said, "No, no idea." And he didn't recognise himself. And it was so. When I don't mean to bring this down, but when I was dealing with my father, it was very similar. Hawkwind. I thought Hawkwind and Fire were a band. Or is that somebody else? Hawkwind. He's a nutcase, Mark. Who is? And anyway, they're going. What was the final question then? Hang on, let's have a look. Final question is we've run out of time.
Oh, okay.
That was lucky.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got through another show. Didn't they do well? Good game. All right, my love. Let's look at the old floorboard. Michael and Tuna, 2 points. Tuna and Michael, 9 points. Yeah, sorry.
Julianne Kench says, when we lived in Lewes, how do you pronounce that?
Yeah, I think Lewes.
Good. A couple of years ago, we did a U-turn in car, and Arthur Brown was walking along, and we said hi, and he said, "Nice U-turn."
Oh.
That's funny.
Who's Arthur Brown?
I'm not sure.
There we are.
But it was still a nice story.
Yeah, there you go. Arthur Pint. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for coming along. It's been fun. We must do this again, lovely Juliet. TLJ.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yes, we must do this again.
We must do it again.
We must.
If you've got any questions that you think would be good for the show, send them to me. Send an email to George. Do you know where it is?
Send an email to richard@vobes.com.
Questions to put on the show the next time the lovely Julia is in. So that would be good. We have run out of time. It's 9 o'clock. We only do an hour. Thank you so much for coming along. We got to go.
Yep.
So from us... Oh, nearly forgot.
When you hear this music,
it means we've got to pack away all our little biscuits.
and we're going to get some beauty sleep.
Oh, booty sleep. You've got to go to London tomorrow, haven't you?
Yep.
You've got to go and get passports.
Yep.
Yeah, nightmare.
Only one.
Only the one. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been fantastic to see you. Thank you to the lovely Julia for coming in and doing the show with me.
Thank you to the lovely Richard for having me on the show.
Well, of course, no problem there. And to our special drink of the evening, Hooper's Dandelion, Alcoholic and Burdock, which has fueled the laughs every minute. Everybody's enjoyed the show. Thank you so much. It's been absolutely great. Oh no, I just wanted to stick dancing. What? Anyway, enough of this nonsense. We've got to go! Gotta go! Oh! Sorry, we didn't do the group.
We didn't do the gallery.
We didn't do the gallery. Hold on.
Hold up, everybody. Come back. Come back. Sit down.
Here we are. We'll go through it quickly. There's one from the group. That was Sue Blount. Thank you very much, Sue. Also, sorry, turn the thing down. Also, Matthew Holdsworth. He was walking in a path somewhere. Sue was at a hermitage at Kedleston Hall or someplace. Some interesting place. And this was Emily Champions at Kenley Aerodrome at the NAFI building. Which was very nice. And this is Elaine Brazier at Dover Castle, looking absolutely fantastic. Colin Brown is at Clayton Tunnel, which was great. Alan Piddington went to Bentley Wildfowl Motor Museum, which was marvellous. Thank you very much for that. And of course it's the 6th of June, which remembers D-Day 1944. Terry Wood posted this. Brixham in Devon. Thank you very much for Terry. And finally, just to say, it is D-Day. Paul Hine remembers June the 6th, 1944, and there you go. That's it. Thank you so much for watching.